Go for it.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Joe Code podcast. This is your host, Joe Marrese. This is episode 211. Great to be back here. Haven't been in here in a couple weeks. I was here 2 weeks ago was the last time I was here. Today we are recording. This is July 10th, 2025. It doesn't feel like it was a couple weeks. I feel like I was just here. I feel like I'm here a lot. This is like a second home to me. We have a surprise guest coming in after this 4th of July weekend that we had. We'll get into some of that talk with her. Kind of an unexpected guest. Wasn't expecting to have her. I believe this is her second time on. Yeah, it is your third, but technically your second as a solo guest.
Okay.
The last time it was a joint operation. Mm-hmm. Well, let's welcome her back. I'd say one of my good comedy friends, someone I've known for probably at least 10 years, works with me at the Comedy Store. Very funny comedian, who you can follow on Instagram at Places I Took a Shit This Year. It's this year. Places I Took a Shit This Year.
Yeah.
We have the great Logan Guntzelman with us today.
Hello. Hello, Joe.
Yeah, hello. Give a wave to the crowd. Thank you. Logan Guntzelman is here. Hey, Logan, does the phrase better late than never mean anything to you?
I would apply it to the time at which you got here today to record this podcast, because I did beat you here.
Okay, what was I, 7 minutes late? Maybe 11. It was either 7 or 11. But you know what? Okay.
Oh, thank heaven.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We you texted me last night at like 9:30, like, hey, could I still do the pod? Because I asked you, and then I don't know if I got a response or not, but...
Well, because I had a bunch of...
Like, I'm just sitting around waiting for you.
No, well, I assumed that I was...
What, am I just twiddling my thumbs?
I waited because I had to
twiddling.
make sure that I had my shift later on today covered, because if I didn't have enough time today to be able to do multiple things before work. And then once I knew my shift was covered, I texted you knowing full well that I might have missed the boat and you might have already booked someone. And then it worked out that I was able to come in. So I know, it's been a real just rigmarole getting me on here.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's all right. How nice was it when I said we have a extra half hour?
That was huge.
I'll tell you what. We were supposed to start at 10, and then it was Aaron said it was 10:30. I was in bed about to get up, and I'm like, I'm not getting up yet.
See, I think that's the only way you
Staying
can get
in bed
me on time is if you tell me a certain time, and then once I'm already up, you go, hey, you get 30 more minutes.
Yeah, you were probably already up. That's why you're on time.
Yeah. I was already,
But I'll take an extra friggin' half hour any time, really.
That's it was because I was already up, but I will always, like, when people say they get up early and they like to, like, sit and have their day, or like they budget in extra time in the morning to, like, center themselves.
Yeah, you have to.
I will always sleep instead of that.
The problem is, too, people get up early because you never know when you're going to have to go to the bathroom. That's gonna come creeping along.
Sure. I mean, I feel like
it's gonna happen.
I live in a different.
You have coffee. You have breakfast.
For me, it's never It's never creeping. It's always like I have to spend most of my morning.
Your chariot awaits, and that is the toilet.
So you just get up, you're ready to go, or no?
No.
Mine, if I have anything on the schedule, it's not happening. Everything locks up. And I know you didn't need to know this, Joe, but everything locks up.
All right, yeah, I understand that. So, Logan, I just had spent the weekend in Chicago area. I was out there for the 4th of July.
How was that?
Yeah, it was great. I think I'm done doing the early morning flight though.
Yeah.
6 a.m., 6:05 a.m. out of Los Angeles. I mean, those days are just about done. I'm gonna have to stop doing that.
Can you sleep on the plane?
No. Because I have a stupid neck pillow that doesn't do much.
You know what? I'll send you a thing. Someone told me about, and you look dumb, but it doesn't matter because it helps you sleep. It's like a strap. Have you seen these?
No.
It's a strap that attaches to the headrest on the plane, and it like holds your head like this so that your neck isn't moving around. But it like supposedly works better than a neck pillow because it just keeps your head like this.
Okay, maybe I've seen that. I feel like so you're not.
So your
head's still.
Yeah, I have a whole system.
So like almost how you'd be on a bed.
I have a 2-jacket system that works for me better than a neck pillow. Where I usually bring like a jean jacket that's pretty stiff.
Okay.
And then I turn that into. I'll usually put that as a pillow.
Make that as a pillow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to do that with a hoodie. But it's too bad it was the summer, so I didn't really have a hoodie.
This is where you, even when it's summer, if it's a plane, you got to bring a couple jackets.
Well, there was a hoodie in my bag, but the bag was in the bottom of the plane because I had to check it because I boarded Group 9.
I didn't even know it went that high.
Yeah, it goes that high. Hey, I'll board.
What airline?
I'll board Group 19 if it's available. I want to get on at the end. I don't need to sit there and.
What airline?
American.
Okay. Yeah, I've been having some issues with American lately.
I upgraded a flight on the way back to the emergency exit row because my original seat was right in front of the bathroom. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, especially if talk about an early morning flight where people's chariot awaits. Everyone's going to be having coffee and shitting on a morning flight.
Well, when I originally, it became a bigger plane later on because when I picked the seat, it was just like in the middle, 22C. Mm-hmm. It was like in the middle of the plane. Mm-hmm. And then when I saw the seat map, like the day before check-in, all of a sudden a bathroom appeared in the middle of the plane. I'm not going to have that where it's like you're probably not going to be able to lean back.
Yeah, you can't even have your seat go back.
And then there's going to be people nudging you.
It always makes me laugh when they...
Under 15 nudges on every plane you're on. I'm taking the over. I get nudged.
When they do the thing where they go to the exit row and they're like, we need verbal confirmation that you will assist in an emergency.
Yeah, I said yes.
Well, it's just a group of people who are all like, they're like, yeah, I'll say whatever you want.
Yeah.
Who knows if I'm actually gonna assist?
Yeah, I mean those people. I looked at the other people. I was gonna have to carry the crew.
I was sitting next to a woman in an exit row, and the entire flight she was talking to ChatGPT about whether or not she should break up with her boyfriend.
Oh, what an idiot.
And I was just like, I don't trust this woman with my life in an emergency.
Yeah. Well, I didn't like the emergency seat. It was like a big seat. Mm-hmm. It was like rickety. I felt like I was like sitting on like a row, like I was sitting on C-3PO or something. It was just like a big metal crank, like rickety robot seat.
I just think American, they're fucking up. Every time I fly with them, they are making mistakes.
All right, so 4th of July, I went home, I golfed. My first day there, took a little power nap when I got home, had some beers, saw some friends. 4th of July, we had a backyard barbecue. It was nice. What did you? Family. Mm-hmm. And also, that's going to be my Joe code for this week. Is it even 4th of July if you're not in a backyard? Backyards and 4th of July must go together. If you're not doing your 4th of July without a backyard involved, I don't think it's 4th of July. You must be in a backyard at some point in the day.
Okay.
We were in the backyard, and you're like, okay, yeah, this is 4th of July. The kids are playing on a freaking blow-up water slide that was blown up with air. We plug it in, and it blows up. and then we're drinking beers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my friends came over. Listen to this shirt he was wearing.
Okay.
This is one of the great 4th of July shirts I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it said this. Can't spell sausage without USA.
That's really good.
You like that?
I really like it because it's one of the rare...
and it was a red tank top.
It's not political. Anyone of any political affiliation can go, that's a fact.
Yeah, and
that
it just has like the sausage like on a... it just... Yeah, and it's like red with the white stars. Yeah, it's a pretty badass shirt.
That's pretty good. Did you tell him you wanted one?
No, I didn't say that, but yeah, I think that's an awesome shirt.
I do really like that shirt.
Yeah, can't spell sausage because it's SAUSA.
Yeah, no, it's the great thing about that shirt is that it's accurate.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool to see something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then and then I did a nice bar crawl from the train. That was a lot of fun.
Now, when you're doing this, are you going with friends from like all walks of life, or are these like childhood friends?
Yeah, these are childhood friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there's the Metra train in Chicago, which is like the Amtrak type train. Mm-hmm. And we went out in the suburbs, and there's different bars that are like 1-2 minute walk off the stops. Mm-hmm. And so we went to like 7 different bars off those stops. So that was
on the 4th of July?
Yeah, or the 5th of July, the day after. Yeah.
Okay.
But by that day, I was kind of struggling.
I feel like the 4th, and there are a couple holidays where even the amateur drinkers are getting on board. Not that I drink a lot, but I drank more when I was a lot younger and it wasn't holiday dependent.
Yeah.
But I feel like once other people find an excuse, they really go pretty hard on those days.
Yeah, I had drank the 3rd and the 4th. So by the time the 5th came around, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I can't do this. We're not gonna. But then I did. What did you do on the 4th? Anything fun or just something stupid?
Well, it was fun and stupid. I went to...
Found the shirt, by the way.
Ooh.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. Yes.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's got like the sausage casing.
It's available on Moonshot.
Oh.
Yeah.
One of your listeners should buy that
shirt
for you.
It's a great shirt.
Because you should wear that around town in West Hollywood. Just not on the holiday. I think it's a good shirt.
Yeah, I think that would go over any time of year.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Christmas. Just show up wearing it.
Yeah, I will.
I went to 2 barbecues.
Yeah, see, that's what's up.
I was in a backyard.
Good.
I was in 2 backyards. Someone during the middle of the day at one of them, I think, lit off an M80. I don't know. It might have been bigger. It was so loud and right next to where we were, so my ears were ringing for the rest of the day.
Yeah, those are loud.
But it always is surprising to me because I don't know if it was just because the sun was out, but there wasn't even like a firework. It's just the sound.
Yeah, and that's annoying.
I've never understood the point of those except for like, I guess there's something fun about making a really loud bang, but I'm just like, at least give me a show.
Yeah.
If you're going to blow my
when the
eardrums
sun's
out.
down, you kind of expect it coming. Mm-hmm. Did you see any fireworks? I saw just traces of them. I didn't go to a proper show, but there were some neighbors shooting them off.
Mm-hmm. Are they legal in Illinois, or do you have to go?
No.
Okay, because that's growing up. We used to visit family in Ohio, and we'd get fireworks in Kentucky because you had to cross the border.
Yeah, I think it was, and I think it still is. I know Indiana. Mm-hmm. I believe they're legal. I'm not sure about Wisconsin. But yeah, never Illinois unless it's changed. But.
And then California, at least in LA, I don't know where everyone's getting these fireworks, but it's constant, huge fireworks. I would imagine
they're illegal here.
They are not.
They are not.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people
plentiful.
They go to Nevada a lot or Mexico and get the like really big ones that no one
Classic.
should have.
Yeah.
But they're very pretty to see. But yeah, they're
mortars is
Yeah.
what the regular fireworks are called. I bet you didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Like the ones where they go up in the sky and then it's
Yeah.
they look like a big tree or like
What's
an
your
umbrella.
favorite firework? Do you have a favorite when you see one?
Just like those, 'cause
Okay.
they're like pretty.
I like the Weeping Willow ones. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Those are my number one.
Yeah, those
Mm-hmm.
are great. And then I just like the grand finale when they do a bunch of those at once.
Yeah. It's look, I watched fireworks for about like an hour, and then I kind of
That's enough, an hour.
That's what I was sort of like, you know what? I think it's just going to be more of this. So I'm going to go
yeah,
home.
nothing new's gonna happen.
Nothing new. And then I went and I got nachos and I went home and I watched
Those sound
a movie.
good.
Yeah, we got an order of vegan nachos and an order
Oh,
of
nice.
regular nachos, and we compared.
Wait, what was going on with the vegan nachos? This is something
Well,
I need to know about for my current state of living.
They're very good. They're at Fred 62.
What kind of cheese did they put
Here's
on
the
it?
thing, though. I'm
Yeah,
very
yeah, what's the
positive they
thing?
did not put vegan cheese on. I did not care.
What was it, like melted? Or
No,
was it
they didn't melt the cheese on these nachos.
Was it
was
liquid?
clearly, it was more. It was clear this restaurant had been open all day and they were just done with people's drunk shenanigans. Because we
Oh,
ordered
okay.
takeout and they could have melted the cheese. They didn't, but there was enough of the like beans and guac and stuff that it was still good.
Because you can tell the difference in the cheeses. You didn't see any difference?
No, that's it seemed like the same cheese, but also I've been
Damn, because
here.
I want to know about the cheese.
You know who has vegan queso that's good is Home State.
Okay, yeah, I know
I think
that
they
place.
have vegan queso.
I'll tell you what, it's very hard to be vegan in Chicago.
Yeah.
They don't like that.
No, they do not. That's it. Whenever I travel and do road stuff,
People don't want that.
no.
Oh, okay, you know
why
what?
not just be a vegetarian?
Well, listen, I know so many people that quit drinking. I'm like, fine, you quit drinking, I quit eating. How do you like that? You quit drinking, I quit eating. It's that same thing.
Well, but
You have non-alcoholic drinks. I have non-food or whatever you want to say.
What did you have grilled in the backyard? Did you have any vegetarian?
No, I didn't eat anything.
Well,
No, we got catering. We had pizza and beef and pasta and salad. I had vegan pizza.
okay.
So
Sometimes-
and then I had a lot of chips and salsa and watermelon and a million beers.
Yeah,
I had like a million.
that's a lot of beers.
Yeah. I don't know, probably like 8 or 9 Miller Lights, but who's counting?
Do they call vegan deep dish shallow dish?
Oh,
Well, I mean, here's the frickin' thing with like Luma Nadis, you could just get it without cheese because I don't think they do vegan cheese. So like you can just get a deep dish with, I mean, there's so much dough and the sauce and, that's enough. You don't even need the cheese.
yeah.
That's your brother and sister's favorite.
Yeah, they love the sauce.
Extra sauce.
And also, this is going to be, now that we're talking about this is actually something I put down for This Sucks for this week in regards to restaurants, is restaurants that, nowadays, restaurants that don't have any vegan options. Okay, again, I'm going to take it back to, there's people that don't drink. Okay, there's people that don't eat, like, regular food. Okay, fine. Any restaurant nowadays, you should have at least one vegan option. Like, or if there's not specifically one on the menu, there should be your server should know what I should get.
Or at
And there was a
least
place I went to
vegetarian
that
place
did that.
that like can get rid of the cheese or something.
Yeah.
Where
I'm
did
just
you
going to
go?
say restaurants that don't offer a vegan option, I think they suck.
Wait, where did you go that gave you that's the server had an option for you?
A nice little place in Park Ridge, Illinois called Fire and Wine. Got a good server rec that involved a pasta dish with some vegetables, and it was nice.
Yeah. It is pretty
good.
It's pretty wild whenever you go, like, I feel like LA obviously has options.
They do, but even out here, I went to a place that's more of a bar recently. Like, oh, I don't know, ha ha ha. When I asked them,
they'll have like wings and then mozzarella sticks or something. Like, and it's always or a lot of restaurants I go to with my family, every single salad has meat. Or can I say what I think?
What?
Every place where I am picking an option and removing the meat, you should charge me $2 less. Like, there are a lot of places where I'll get a salad. Like, the only thing I can get is like a Cobb salad, but most of the Cobb salad is bacon and chicken and whatever. Yeah. And I say get rid of that. You should always charge the people removing the meat a little bit less.
That's right. I'm removing some of the stuff in there. You know, this is a great point that I don't think has been brought up.
Thank you.
If I'm not getting all the stuff that's in that, it should be less money.
In this economy? Yeah, and I'm saving, you can give the meat to someone else. And
yeah, I'm saving you money by not having you dish that out to me.
And I think
wow, this is great stuff.
California Chicken Cafe, I think, takes a little money off if you omit the chicken.
I mean, they put like a whole chicken in every salad.
That's it. But I love going. I still go there. And
I used to love that place.
You can still go. You just don't get the chicken. And
don't get the chicken.
The potatoes are really good.
And
their
maybe
soup's
the feta
really
cheese.
good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can still get stuff from there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I just kind of
let it fall by the wayside.
Eat other stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I do, because I do like they put like green peppers in the salad. Maybe I would.
They throw pasta in the salad, and that's fun.
Yeah, I do like the pasta in the salad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all right. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Mm-hmm. Try it out.
Now that you bring it up.
See how you feel.
Yeah, we'll see how I feel. Do you play golf?
I do not. I've played golf.
Yeah, I tried playing twice. It's just not going well.
I can't. If I actually hit the ball, that's an achievement.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I think that's true for a lot of people.
Like I've gone to those. You've been to those like Top Golf places.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I was hitting the ball into the people next to us. So it's not.
Isn't there a barrier?
Yeah, but it was like the ball wasn't even going remotely in the direction it was supposed to be going. It was just sort of.
You're just hitting it directly sideways.
Yeah, kind of swing and close my eyes and hope that it connects. But I'm not a golf. I don't think it speaks to me the way it speaks to other people.
Yeah, well, it's just like annoying hiking.
Yeah.
Because it's like, fun nature. Mm-hmm. Like you go out to a course, there's like, water, there's the trees and the sand. Like it looks pretty and it's like, hey, it's nice being outside. I'm going for a nice walk. And then I'm just mad.
Yeah.
Why can't I hit this dumb ball? Why am I hitting the ground and not the ball?
Who were you golfing with?
I went with my dad, and then my one of my cousins came with us one of the times.
Do they like golfing, or was this?
Then it rained.
Well, that's rough.
Yeah, I mean, we just enjoy it as an activity. Mm-hmm. But nobody's good.
Well, I think that's, as long as everyone is sort of, I think if you're in a similar skill level or a similar level of not really caring, then it's fine. It's when like one person cares too much, or like that you're going with people who are really good. That's when you run into problems in any activity.
Well, I think, I don't know, with golf, being with somebody really good, I think would actually help. Mm-hmm. Because it's not a sport where it's like pickup basketball where you're like competing against people. So like people are like, come on, pick it up. Like golf, if you see someone great, you want to also be great. But all right, we're going to give a shout out to two of my nieces who have birthdays coming up.
Ooh.
Happy birthday, Adriana and also Liliana.
Are they sisters?
Who I saw. No, they're separate. One's my brother's daughter, one's my sister's. Mm-hmm. Great kids. And also, Liliana, she's going to be my part of my This Is Great for this week. along with Adriana. They're both This Is Great. But I saw a special little moment that Liliana. So little kids making friends is like such an adorable thing to me. So my cousins came to this barbecue on 4th of July at our house, and my cousins, a lot of them have kids. So they brought their kids. So this was like the first time my sisters and brothers' kids met my cousins' kids. And, they're all, most of them around like 3, 4, 5 years old. And so Liliana, my sister's daughter, it was the first time she met my cousin's daughter. They're both around the same age. And Liliana, who's my niece, saw that my cousin's daughter was like a little bit shy, as they were coming in. And like she kind of just went up to her and gave her like a big hug, and then just like grabbed her hand, and they just like started playing.
That's really cute.
And then by like the end of the day, like when it was time to leave, like they didn't want to leave. It's like they're like crying because like, they had made good friends, so they don't, So yeah, I mean that was just the cutest thing to me, and I think it's a beautiful thing, and I think it's great to see. It's fun to see that. It's like, hey, how does friendship start early in life? Like that's a beautiful thing to see.
They just like each other's vibe.
I wonder if I did that. Hey, come play with me.
I don't think you said it like that.
I sounded like that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I've always sounded like this. They used to call me Smoker because it sounded like I smoked.
I also always sounded like this.
No.
Yes, I did.
That'd be weird.
I swear.
I was at Logan, like, hey, what's up, man? You sound like me.
I was at a party when I was like
heck?
16 or 17 with family friends, and I said hi to some friend's mom, and she went, and she hadn't seen me since I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, what'd you say?
And she was like, "Oh, thank God you grew into your voice. It was really disturbing when you were little."
That's
I was like,
how old were you at this time? Like
when I re-met her, I was like 16.
Wow.
But the last time she saw me, I was like 6 or 7. So it's always been pretty low.
That's great.
So I'm sure
funny.
When you were little, you had like, it was raspy, but I don't think
it was raspy.
It wasn't like you were like, let's go play. I don't think you'd be doing that. Do you remember your first friend?
No, I mean...
Try. What's your earliest memory of, like, hanging out with someone?
I mean, probably, like, preschool. Like, yeah, I mean, my mom saved, like, all those old pictures of, like, from, like, preschool. So, like, yeah, I have, like, pictures with, with friends from preschool. And then, yeah, because some of those same guys, we went to grade school together. So, but, yeah, I mean, I don't actually, like, remember making that first friend. Like, I don't know how I picked friends as a 4 or 5-year-old. Do you?
No, but I feel like most of my...
Hey, who's got the coolest looking pencil case?
I wouldn't pick someone based on that. I think most of my friends, almost like relationships also, like we get along right away, or that's not true. I feel like I'm a slow burn friend where it takes people a second to realize that I'm nice, but once they do, usually we'll be friends. People tend to like me more the longer they know me. At first, they're not sure.
Yeah, I mean, you think it was that way for you as a child, though?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't remember how people received me as I'm 41 now. I don't remember that shit.
Yeah, I remember certain friends where we became fast friends right away, but I don't remember the moment where we became. I just remember that, like, by the end of the day, I was like, oh, this is my friend.
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember stuff like that, like, later in life. Mm-hmm. But, All right, well, this is... Well,
good for your nieces. That's really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, very sweet kids, and happy birthday. And oh, yeah, let's do a shout-out here, folks. We got Bros Before Joes coming up this week, people. Friday, July 18th. If you're in the Los Angeles area, come on out to the Comedy Store. You're going to see me, Chad, JT, Strider, Kevin. And our special guests for this show, we have Allie Makovsky and Audrey Stewart. And then, of course, a special performance by the Gentle Chodes to close out the show, which is our good friends Kevin Fard and Amir Kabiri. Mm-hmm. It's a two-man band.
That's pretty cool.
So, yeah, this Friday, July 18th, 8 p.m., Belly Room at the Comedy Store. Get some freaking tickets now. Because I'll tell you what, last time we had to turn people away. Oh, we want to get in to see the show. Oh, yeah, well, why don't you buy tickets ahead, and then you can, instead of just showing up late or whatever. Get the tickets. They're on my Instagram. There's a link on my Instagram profile, or just go to thecomedystore.com and you'll find them there. Amongst you click on the Belly Room tab. Logan.
Yeah, you should definitely. You should do that. Everyone should do that. I'm gonna be out of town, but you should do that.
Where are you gonna be?
Well, in theory, Tyler, Texas, but it's where a lot of the floods and stuff are happening. So I have to.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So, but I'm supposed to be there all weekend.
Doing shows.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right, yeah, I guess I do have these emails that we can do. And just a reminder to everybody, don't forget to email the show, joecodepodcast@gmail.com. We like to talk food, beer, and men over here, right? You know that, Logan.
Thank you for reminding me, but I do recall those are the subjects.
Yeah, food, beer, and men. And then, whatever else you guys want to talk about. There's also the Patreon you could join, which is only $2 a month. Could really use some support there.
Can I ask
Patreon.com/JoeCodePodcast. Can you ask what?
I had a beer adjacent question, a beer question.
Yeah, what?
Well, not what do you this hop water that's out there? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, I've heard of those. Is that like the one they have at the Comedy Store?
Yeah, a couple different breweries make them where it's literally, I think it's just like the water they use in the beer making process, and instead of throwing it out, they've started selling it. And it's
that's what it is. Okay, and then there's hops in it too.
It sort of just tastes a little like a beer, or like a flavored like.
So it's like
soda.
A super light beer.
There's no alcohol.
Yeah, there's no alcohol in it. So it's just like a beer flavored water, kind of.
Kind of, but the taste is better than you think. It's because it's hoppy. It's a little bitter. It's almost like
I've heard good things. I think Lagunitas makes that, right?
It's like a grapefruit LaCroix almost, but they're pretty good.
Okay.
Talking about friends who don't drink anymore, things like that. I'm a fan of those.
Yeah, hop waters. Yeah, those would be interesting to try, but I'm just gonna have the hop beer.
Okay.
In the meantime.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it would be cool to try. Yeah, I should try that. Just
sample them, review them.
I do want to see what that's like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you like them?
I do. Right, good. Yeah, it's like a nice little. If you're not drinking, it's something different than just a flavored seltzer or whatever.
Yeah, I like that. And then of course, everybody. I know most of you like to listen to the pod. But please, if you could, watch a little bit on YouTube, or at least go to the YouTube, like the video, drop a comment, just come by, say like, hey, what's up, pimpin'? Something like that.
Can you give any other examples of comments
like,
I should leave?
Hey, what's going on, dog? What's up, bro? Where it came in just to say what up, Joe?
Okay.
Just come on in, give a like. Subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't.
Yeah, come on in.
Yeah, so just drop me a line.
Mm-hmm.
Say hello. All right, yes.
Come and knock on our door.
Yeah.
Yeah, say that.
Yeah, type that out on YouTube. Type out "come and knock on our door." Joe will know what it means.
All right, so I guess we do have a lot of emails here. Let's see. I'm counting these 4, 5, 6. Michael hit me hard with 6 emails since I've last read emails.
That's a lot.
We have, there's, we get inundated sometimes here. Let's see. All right, this one's simple. This one comes to us from Michael. This is before Michael goes off on a Pirates of the Caribbean tangent.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I want to hear that.
This guy.
Why? Are you interested in those movies?
Do you have an issue with them?
Not particularly.
I think the first one is a good movie. The first one is like a fun, good.
Yep.
The story's good. It's exciting. Before you realize Johnny Depp is probably not a great guy, Jack Sparrow's a really fun character.
Yeah. All right, well, this email just has to do with Shrek. Michael says, hey, Joe, is Shrek 2 the best of the Shrek movies? I say yes. That's Michael talking.
It's funny. My boyfriend's name is Michael, and this sounds like an email he would write. So,
does he think Shrek 2 is the best? I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the second one.
I'd have to be reminded.
I didn't follow the Shrek story.
Yeah, what happens in the second Shrek? It's when
I don't know.
Shrek, somehow, I forget how, but he looks like a man. He almost looks like Elton John. They kind of figure out how to switch them back to human, and then he goes back to...
Aaron, how do you like Michael's take on that? Are you in agreement?
It's a good one. You know, there's a whole big sequence at the end with the song I Need a Hero by Bonnie Tyler.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I prefer the first Shrek.
I think the first one's still the best.
I think it's tough to beat whatever movie is establishing a particular world, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I would agree,
Michael.
but 2 is good.
Okay.
2 is good. 3 probably falls.
We got to get an agreement with Michael somewhere.
I saw a drag queen perform the Shrek version of I Need a Hero at a drag queen open mic at a Voodoo Donuts in Austin, Texas.
That's a lot.
I think I've been to that Voodoo Donuts.
Yeah, it was one of those things where sometimes comedy can be depressing, who's kidding who, and then when you see the amateur training version of any art form, you realize it's all going to be sad.
Yeah,
no matter what.
Everybody's out there grinding.
Yeah, this drag queen was just doing the splits in a Voodoo Donuts for a bunch of tourists who
singing the I Need a Hero song?
Just mouthing along to it. And just everyone there was clearly just trying to get donuts and did not know that they were walking into a full drag open mic.
Nice. All right, this one from Lane. Okay, yeah, we did read this one. Lane has not hit us with a new email, but you know what? Some people are on vacation this time of year. I was on vacation. Folks getting caught up on these emails here. All right, okay, here's another one from Michael coming after Aaron.
Bring it on, coders. I'll take it.
Hey, Joe, I do not respect Aaron's opinions regarding Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well,
for him to disrespect the franchise like that is simply inexcusable. Your podcast is now cursed. I will begin a never-ending chain of emails discussing the greatness of Pirates of the Caribbean, a curse that will plague your podcast until broken. How do you break this curse? The person who dissed Pirates of the Caribbean must change their opinion on the first 3 movies and admit that these movies are awesome.
Wait, so you don't like them at all?
I like you. I think the first one is good, and the rest are, and I've seen a few of the rest, and they're dog shit.
I think the second one is okay. But I didn't know that this was such a heated...
Well, here's the thing.
It just began.
I haven't seen them. I've seen.
You've never seen them?
I've seen pieces. There's too many movies. Okay.
Joe, I think you would really like the first Pirates of the Caribbean.
All right.
It's got it all. It's got swashbucklers. It's got ladies.
I don't care for that term.
It's got an island of prostitutes.
What is a swashbuckler?
It's a
fun
pirate
word, but no one knows what the heck that could even.
Sword fighting.
It's sword fighting.
Swashbuckler. When someone says swashbuckler, it sounds like someone that works at a car wash. All right, and then Michael gives a Pirates of the Caribbean send-off, it sounds like. Yo-ho, all together, hoist the colors high. Heave-ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Is that the big...
No.
Is that the rallying cry?
No.
On the ship?
That's what I hate, too, is I hate the fans of these things that talk in pirate shit.
Well, I don't think anyone needs to. It's so funny that this has come up because I recently was reading the Wikipedia page that's the list of pirates just for fun. Sometimes I like to find a fun list on Wikipedia and really go to town.
Yeah.
And I didn't know there were different classes of pirates, some were like pirates in name, but were really getting paid by governments to just go out.
Privateers.
Yes. Yeah. I didn't know that was a thing. Privateers.
Well, yes.
Corsairs. That's another one.
And then what about like a buccaneer?
A buccaneer.
What's the difference there? Raiders. These are all sports teams, by the way. That's how I know these names.
Yeah. Do you know about the eye patches?
Hey, you look up Wikipedia. I'm looking at the NFL.
Do you know why they had eye patches? And I don't know if this has been disproven, but supposedly it was so that eye would get used to being in the dark. So then when they would go into the ship's hold, they would switch the eye patch and could just immediately be like, oh, we'll take this, we'll take this, we'll take this.
Oh, because they knew how to.
Because that eye had been in the dark for so long that you didn't have to take a second to adjust. And I don't know if that's not true, but I'd always heard that.
Yeah, that could be it. That's pretty fascinating. All right, Greg in Minnesota.
Also, I just have to slam Michael here. He said he's going to create a chain of emails. He sends separate emails.
That's not a chain.
That's not a chain. You could have replied to your own email and made a chain.
Yo ho, Michael, you fucked up.
Yo ho.
Write that in the comments on Joe.
Gmail.
Yeah. You don't like yo ho, a pirate's life for me. You don't want to say that.
Oh yeah,
Joe?
I've heard that. Yeah. That
yo
seems
ho,
typical.
yo ho. Well, it appears in the movies. They use it.
Or is it Yahoo?
It's definitely not that.
Why is it yo ho?
Because they're saying hello to their lady friends.
Oh, I don't know if I care for that.
And in the movie,
I don't want women addressed like that.
The island, a lot of the first movie is based on a lot of actual stuff about pirates, which is pretty, the island that is filled with gambling and prostitutes and everything was an actual place.
Oh.
So all that stuff's kind of cool.
All right.
Yeah. And then it gets fucking stupid.
The guy doesn't need to live under the ocean.
Well, you guys keep talking. It must not be that stupid because you can't shut up.
I will say, I think Bill Nye is such a great actor.
Yep.
That's
true.
He does a good job playing.
He's in it?
He's in the second one when they start to get too crazy.
Yeah, he has an octopus for a face.
Yeah, he's an octopus for a face. And it's too crazy, but he does such a good job that I like him. But they shouldn't have gone beyond the first movie.
Yeah.
That is the only ride movie adaptation that's good.
All right, Michael, I think we've uncursed the pot. We've spent some good time now talking about this.
You got to watch it, Joe, so you can have an opinion.
I was watching Terminator 2 yesterday. Okay, so Criminal Justice from Greg in Minnesota. What up, Joe? I'm writing to you today because I recently started rewatching a favorite show of mine. It's a show me and my mom used to watch together when I was just a young child. It has one of the most iconic theme songs of the 2000s, a star-studded cast, and an all-around compelling combination of courtroom drama and detective work. Of course, I'm talking about Law & Order.
Yes.
There are 6 spin-offs of this show, my favorite being SVU with Detective Elliot Stabler, played by Christopher Maloney. Criminal Intent with Vincent D'Onofrio is also really good. I was just curious if you have any crime dramas that you like and what those might be. Lastly, I think you would be a great character actor in an episode of Law and Order. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm imagining 2 detectives show up at the front steps of an NYC comedy club investigating a recent murder. They start to question the doorman, played by Joe Marrese, who hits them with the line, "Yeah, I saw her in here. She was pretty quiet. Seemed like she could have been high or something. I was more focused on the hecklers in front of her. Real pain in my ass. You guys need anything else? My set is in 5 minutes, and this guy just ran the light. All right, nice dialogue writing for me, Greg. Sincerely, Greg in Minnesota.
Well, it is true on the shows. Like every person they interview, like, needs to get out of this interview now. Like there's something.
Yeah, they have
annoyed.
They have business to attend to.
Okay, so I'll tell you guys
it's
what.
New York, this city never sleeps.
Yeah, hey yo, I gotta keep it moving over here. I gotta get some pizza. Or whatever.
This loading dock falls apart if I talk to you guys.
Yeah, hey, I gotta get in a cab. So
it's a bartender during daytime, and they have to clean empty glasses that are already clean.
All right, I'll tell you what. I never got into any of those shows.
I love SVU.
Yeah, people love them. Yeah,
it's my ringtone
for years.
The theme song.
What's that?
The theme song is my ringtone.
The dun 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 or whatever.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, that's whole song. Yeah. Yeah, it's an iconic song. I don't know if it goes that much.
It's pretty long because I got to introduce everybody. And Elliot Stabler is great. And they've had a lot of people on. I don't really care about the later episodes. I'm more of an early SVU person, and then there's a couple other later editions that are pretty good. But yeah, I could see you on one of those. I could also see you. I've told you this before. They got to put you on a show as a cop.
Yeah. Who's they?
I'm speaking it into existence. The universe.
No, I'm writing my own shit.
Yeah, I know, but at least once, if someone goes, "Hey, we wrote a part for a cop. Do you think that's something you could do?" I think you have to go, yes.
Yeah, I think it is something I could do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's one from Tom. Subject is Jeep code. Hey, Joe, just wanted your take on this. What do you think of Jeep owners who have the collection of rubber ducks on their dashboards? Not sure if this is primarily a Northeast thing or what. Personally, I think they should drive off a cliff. Thanks. Well, I mean, Tom, I don't know if they should drive off the cliff, but what the hell are those ducks representing up there? What's that about?
I drive a Jeep. I'm a Grand Cherokee man. Hashtag dad tank is what I call my car. I've seen this in my neighborhood, but I did not think it was a Jeep thing. I just thought it was a that person thing.
No, it's a Jeep thing that started during the pandemic, and I wish I knew more than that, but I read about that and then stopped reading.
Yeah. Why do they have the ducks there? Does like the dash like represent? Is it kind of like a pond setup?
I mean, no, I don't think anyone's committed enough to turn it into a full pond. I think it's more just like if you're in the Jeep club and you really know about it, like you got a duck in there.
When I got my Grand Cherokee, I found out that there was a Jeep wave. You're supposed to, when you see another Jeep on the road as you're passing each other, you're supposed to wave 3 fingers.
Yeah, isn't it like this or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But
I just assume that's kind of the half-assed, like any car you pass.
Yeah.
You're like, thank you.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
But if you pass me on a motorcycle, because I've given you room, you better give me that wave.
I try to, whenever I see another Ford Fusion on the road, I usually make eyes at them. Or also one time,
what do the Fusions do?
Well, one time I was at a gas station.
I think
use the Fusion finger.
Stare daggers at
But I was at a gas station and there was a girl who was like around my age who was driving a Ford Fusion. And I went, hey, cool car. And she didn't get it at all, even though I was getting into the same car. And she was like, okay. And I was like, no, it's funny because we both
I think
have a Ford Fusion.
I think that's the Fusion thing when you see on the road, roll the window down, cool car.
Yeah. It's a hybrid,
but
right?
You say it sarcastically.
You've gotten a ride in my car, and you said, pretty good car.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like newer, right?
No, it's from 2014. But they don't make Fusions anymore, so it's kind of like a limited edition.
That tells you how good it went over.
It went over great. It's everyone who has one, they keep those bad boys running for a long time.
Yeah, no, they do seem like good cars. Yeah, I think I've ridden plenty of Uber rides. Oh, actually, here, Lane did write us in for part 33. Yeah, I got a lot of emails here. Questions, comments, part 33. This is from Lane.
Mm-hmm.
He's written in 33 times, Logan. That's why it's part 33.
Okay.
Joe, Aaron, sup. Happy 4th of July to those who celebrate, and screw those British bastards. Ooh.
I agree with that.
I have a few music-themed questions for you. Number 1, do you prefer the song Dreams by the Cranberries or Dreams by Fleetwood Mac? Oh, I actually like the Dreams by the Cranberries a lot.
It's the best Cranberries song.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Both those songs are really good. I feel like...
I'm going with the Cranberries one. There's better Fleetwood Mac songs than Dreams, but it is a nice song. But Dreams by the Cranberries just...
I feel like Dreams by the Cranberries is a little more of a happier song.
Yeah, it's nice.
And I also feel like the Fleetwood Mac Dreams had like kind of a moment, or like people, it got overplayed a little. Like whenever the other one comes on, I'm always like, oh, because it doesn't come on that often.
Number 2, do you have any live versions of songs that you think are better than the original studio version? One that I own, I actually like Pearl Jam when they do release live. I like a lot. And I just think the way they kind of do a long intro of it, that's what comes to mind for me, better than just how it is on the album. I like release live, because a lot of their concerts they open with that, and the one I went to in Chicago they did, and I had it on CD, so that's what comes to mind for me. I guess nobody else has anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I like there's a version of Tiny Dancer that Elton John plays live on, I forget, it's some whatever late night show from that era, but it's just the piano, so it's not any of the other stuff behind it, and I like that a lot.
All right, and I watched on YouTube Metallica do a version of Whiskey in the Jar that was they played it outside at a castle in Ireland. That was pretty cool. Badass. Yeah, from like 2016.
I like a castle.
Yeah, it was at some castle, and I believe it was Meath, Ireland.
Wow.
MEATH.
Just really sounds like you're saying
it's probably
wrong.
They're probably like it's probably like meh or something or
meh
or meh. Yeah. Yeah.
The Cranberries.
Tell me how to say it. Irish. What's that?
I said the Cranberries know how to say it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah, I like that. And then number 3, lastly, can you and Aaron and guest do a quick snake draft to build your ultimate band? Nah, I don't think we have time. 1 lead singer, 1 guitarist, 1 bassist, and 1 drummer, dead or alive. Red, white, and beautiful. Lane.
I don't know about snake draft, but we could certainly.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about snake. Yeah, what am I gonna put? Yeah, I don't know about that. But
so wait, so it's bassist, guitarist, drummer, singer is who we're supposed to pick?
If you want to do it. Yeah, lead singer, 1 guitarist, 1 bassist, 1 drummer.
I don't really know a lot of musicians, to be honest.
Yeah.
This always feels like, and not to upset any of your female
Lane
guests
also
or listeners, but
what?
Men really know artists. It feels like boy stats. It just feels like more. I don't know anyone in any band.
Yeah. Lane also gave us a emo draft that we never did. We might do that someday. Bracket.
Probably never will.
We're sitting on a few of these brackets. Aaron, yeah, I mean, if you have some people that come to mind.
I mean, bass player, Flea, 100%. Flea is the bass player.
Do you know who Flea is?
No, but my bass player would just be who, it's going to be the guy who does Seinfeld, whoever does the Seinfeld bass for my bass.
The Seinfeld theme song?
Yeah, it's just going to be that. And then my
Nice.
drummer is going to be...
Animal from the Muppets?
Yeah, Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah.
And then my lead guitarist.
Janice from the Muppets?
No, I think my lead guitarist is going to be
one of the Gallaghers from
I don't
Oasis?
have a guitar guy or I don't know. I guess my singer is going to be Gilbert Godfrey because he said living or dead. And
yeah, I could go along with that.
And then guitar will just be like someone who's not famous. I don't know. Ooh, no, you know what?
Bassist, what about Robert Trujillo?
My guitar will be Keith Richards because I brought him up. Is he even the guitarist or is he the bassist?
No,
Okay, I'm sorry if that's embarrassing that I don't know that.
No, I mean, yeah, some people. Yeah,
I didn't realize Mick Jagger doesn't really play it. He just sings.
Yeah, I don't know the difference sometimes with the guitar and the bass or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's But
for me, Flea on bass, John Bonham on drums, Freddie Mercury doing vocals.
Oh yeah, Freddie Mercury.
And then let's do Eddie Van Halen on guitar.
Okay, yeah,
yeah,
I like that. And then we have a couple. All right. Yeah, I'm just to save some of these. This is the last Pirates of the Caribbean one I'm gonna read until next time because there's still a couple more.
This has really lit people up.
Well, this involved character, and you actually saw the movie, so.
I actually wrote a paper I took in college, a class, Caribbean Diaspora Literature, and I never did any of the work, and I wrote my final papers on the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and I got a B in the class, so that's pretty good.
So Michael says, hey, Joe, SkyGod 2000 asked me who my favorite Pirates of the Caribbean character was the other morning, and initially I said Davy Jones, because I didn't want to say Captain Jack Sparrow as the obvious answer, but after thinking about it, my favorite character is actually Barbossa. Who is your guys' favorite Pirates of the Caribbean characters and why? Thanks, Joe.
Barbossa being the villain in the first one, played by Jeffrey Rush.
Also great work on his part.
Yeah.
So
I like the two idiots in the first one. The one guy with the fake eye.
The two idiots?
Yeah, it's like two pirates
Is that their name on the
they're just
sheet?
Like comedic relief. And one guy, he's always losing his eye. That's a funny part of his deal. And then the other guy is just like his friend, and they're a fun little duo. I don't know their names though.
Yeah,
Is one of them a little person?
No, one's tall and skinny, and one is bald and has a beard.
I vaguely remember,
But
yeah. So Michael, I don't have enough to pick.
And I also like the guy
movies to pick
who's the
characters.
alcoholic, who they wake up. He's sleeping with the pigs.
Sleeping with the pigs.
Yeah. Well, have you been on Pirates of the Caribbean the ride in your life?
Is there one at Disneyland?
Yeah. But what they do in the first movie,
I don't remember,
is they recreate a lot of the scenes from the ride, because you're sort of floating through this pirate like village, and there's one guy who's drunk, who's asleep with pigs.
I mean, I want to say I've been on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, but
if you'd been on it, you'd know.
I've been on it in the last 2 months.
You know what I'm talking about? The guy sleeping with the pigs.
Yeah.
And then he's an alcoholic. But that's kind of how they explain why he's sleeping with pigs, is he's so drunk he doesn't really know what's up. But he's cool.
All right, well, that's good. Aaron, I don't think you have a pick.
No, she's Logan is referring to Pintel and Rigetti. Is their characters' names?
I don't think they're ever referred to by name.
I don't think so either. It's very strange. I don't have a fucking.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Hey,
Zoe Saldana's in this thing? What?
Yeah, he stole her boat.
Oh, that's rude.
And so then she gets a boat. at the end from him. It was Oscar on TV recently, which is why I remember it this well. It was on TV at some random hotel, and I went, sure, I'll rewatch this. And then during it, I was like, oh, this movie's good. You gotta watch it, Joe. It's a good summer movie. You get the beautiful,
like, because we're on water.
Yeah, and it's a Caribbean Ocean.
I don't think they're doing any water skiing.
Caribbean.
They doing any tubing at all on Jack Sparrow's?
Yeah, that's the whole movie is 90 minutes of him just tubing.
All right, here's a funny bracket that Alex sent us in. I don't know if we would do this, but it's pretty funny that he did this. He calls it the Coders bracket, which is basically like the biggest fans of the show.
Okay.
Pretty wild. He says, Joe, in case the fictional beverages bracket is a bust, which is another bracket somebody sent in, I've got another. Instead of beer, this bracket honors our third tenet, men. And not just mere men, but coders. The regulars were easy to pick. I then went through about 50 episodes dating all the way back to Joe Code 1 to see who showed up the most. Haven't seen some of these names in a while. I think this could be a fun bracket, you and Aaron, and should lead to some excitement and chivalrous banter, I'm sure. Duchesne's. P.S. If I forgot you, it's because you're not fanboying hard enough for the big hog. Get on it. And then just the names he's got: Sky God 2000.
He's also in this. He's in this bracket as well.
Cameron.
Alex himself.
Lyle 3935. Patrick Gregory 4. Also the real Patrick Gregory 4.
Who's real? We don't know. Handsome
3K. James Hayden. JEK8732.
These are all names I have to read.
Harry Johnson 1448. Slippery Wet Wang, can't forget about him. Drew Pinnell, haven't heard from Drew in a while, but Drew I think was one of the guys there from the beginning. Alex Deshanes 243. Cool Cats Corner.
That's one person?
Alan Swanky and Jay's Main. Oh, and then, of course, Things Brandon Says, and then Colin Dabzo.
Colin DeBoss Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
That's how that would
play. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I love, and, you guys enjoying and being fans of the show means a lot to me. I couldn't possibly pick some more than others. I can't be like, oh man, he wrote this to me.
I just think it's beautiful that you have a bro being like, you guys aren't broing hard enough.
Yeah, I do love that, and I think that's awesome. But yeah, Alex, I don't know if I could be like, hey, I like this person better as a fan. But I love that you put that together.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Alex also, he put together the fictional beverages bracket, which I don't necessarily know these, and I don't know.
They're made up brackets?
I don't know if you...
They're made up beverages?
Okay, so these are... Okay. Did he write this in twice? Or no? Or no, I might have just skipped it here. But I feel like... no, so basically these are beverages seen like in TV and movies, is what he means. So it's basically... here, I'll read it. It's also from Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just lost it.
It's okay.
Yeah, so...
There's a lot of entrance into this.
So the fictional beverages bracket, Joe, day one coder here, first time bracket entry. In the spirit of our second tenant beer, I've compiled 16 of the greatest fictional beverages to do for our enjoyment. Keep up the good work. Yeah, so like, for example, you have Duff Beer from The Simpsons. Blue Milk from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Flaming Moe in The Simpsons. I know those. What is Nuka-Cola from Fallout?
I don't know. I never have watched or played that.
Booty Sweat in Tropic Thunder? Do I remember that?
Yeah.
Because I saw that movie.
Yeah. I don't remember. I feel like also there are a lot of fictional, this is probably tailored towards this person's lived experience, because I feel like there's probably a lot of fake drinks.
Buzz Beer in the Drew Carey Show.
Yeah, it had coffee in it.
That feels like they make like coffee stout now.
They do now,
Yeah, so there's a lot of these here.
There was Booty Sweat, and there's also Booty Flakes in Tropic Thunder. It was the same endorsements.
Yeah, I don't know if a lot of people...
Is Alamo Beer on there?
It is.
Okay,
King
cool.
of the Hill, yeah.
All right, how about to close out the episode, we have Aaron read... We should get caught up on some of the YouTube comments, because we haven't done those in a while, because we're not going to have time to do any of the brackets. Logan, do you have any more questions or anything, or no?
Not at the I'm just excited. It just warms my heart to see all these guys sending you emails.
Yeah, it is heartwarming. As opposed to heartburn, which I had yesterday for some reason, but
do you think it's related to something you ate?
No, I don't know. You know what I did have last night? I did have a vegan milkshake, which was really good.
From where?
Mel's. Which, hey, shout out Mel's Diner. Hey, guess what? They have a vegan menu.
Have you had Arnold Schwarzenegger's Impossible Burrito?
I have not, but yeah, I saw that. Is that vegan? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then they also have any milkshake there you can make vegan. So shout out Mel's, doing it right.
Mm-hmm.
How?
It's like the ice cream is made from coconut milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another place that had really good vegan shakes. I don't know if they're still open anymore, but they were made with like tahini, which sounds weird.
That does sound weird.
But they were really, really good. It's, I can't remember the name of it, but it's some burger place that was in Highland Park, because of course it was in Highland Park.
Yeah.
But it was really good.
Huh. Okay. Found where we left off. On episode 160, where JT Parr's third time on the show.
Oh, throwback.
Ethan Mills says, love the baseball bracket. Joe, code.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
That was
fun.
So long ago.
What did you pick?
47
baseball
episodes
teams?
ago.
No, I think we picked... Oh, wait, yeah, that was... It was just... I think it was just different things at involving baseball, like going to a game... Mm-hmm. I believe was the thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a good bracket.
I like dropping my peanut shells on the floor. That's up there for me.
Yeah, at the games. Yeah, where else are you gonna put them?
I don't. My sister was giving me guff. She was like, "Why are you dropping them everywhere?" I was like, "Have you been to a baseball game?"
Yeah, that's where they go. They're gonna clean it.
Yeah, they have to clean it. It's the only place where I'm allowed to just.
You don't have a whole lot of. There's not a whole lot of real estate. You pretty much have your knees. And then the chair right in front of you, and then the ground.
Yeah.
So there's not room to like hold on to a garbage bag to throw shells in.
And when else can you trash a place a billionaire owns?
Yeah, exactly. These are all. It was wild that she had an issue with this.
Yeah, that is wild.
All right, on episode 207, Anniversary Stagger, Mark Macias says, Magic has to be the greatest nickname of all time. Keep in mind this guy's photo is a flea in all Lakers gear. No one calls him by his first name except his mom. He's been Magic since he was 16. When you hear the word Magic, you don't even think of magicians. You think of number 32, Magic Johnson, classic nickname. Can't beat it.
I mean, those are great points. Yeah, I mean, I think, because we did like best nickname bracket. Yeah, because like, if you are just that name, that is really something.
His name is not Magic.
Yeah, so you don't even know that. Yeah. Wow, are you kidding?
No. What's his real name?
Irvin.
Now that you say that, I feel like I've definitely heard that before, but I just accepted that his name was Magic.
Yeah, most people do.
Well, no one wants to be called Irvin. So
no.
On episode 208, Cocktail Papers, Handsome 3K, Kyle, says, sorry, Coders. He created the nickname bracket. Sorry, Coders. I wanted to keep the sports nickname bracket to 16, and I don't watch hockey. Sue me.
Yeah. He doesn't watch hockey. And also, yeah, I appreciate you keeping it at 16. That's the perfect amount for a bracket.
Yeah, let's not go crazy.
Yeah, we don't need to go crazy.
And Tom B9330 says, preach, as a reply to that.
Yeah, preach.
Same episode, Sky God 2000 says, Caesars are the ultimate summer cocktail. Basically Canada's version of a Bloody Mary, but a million times better. Clamato juice, lime juice, vodka, Worcestershire sauce. I said that right. Hot sauce, pickle juice, and a bunch of garnishes. A lot of restaurants will add all sorts of food to it to basically make it a meal. The best hangover cure is a good double Caesar early in the morning.
Okay, no Caesars for me. Hail Caesar? I don't think so. No, I can't. Logan, were you ever able to do Bloody Marys?
I love Bloody Marys. I prefer. This is a crazy thing. I like to order a virgin Bloody Mary a lot, just because I like tomato juice that much.
That's disgusting. If I'm gonna drink that, I better be getting a buzz.
No, I love spicy tomato juice, especially if it's got like real fresh horseradish and shit in it.
I just can't do cold tomato.
Oh, it's so good. And especially on I love a michelada where like it's beer with tomato and then the rim is like tahini and chamoy and all that stuff.
Yeah, those are fun, but I also cannot drink that.
But I'm not a big clamato guy because it has clam juice in it, and I just think it's gross that we're collecting the juice of clams.
Yeah, that just sounds gross. Clam juice.
How busy is a clamato factory? It can't be making that.
Yeah, good point. I bet there's not a whole lot on that staff.
I have always wanted to try. I've never had a Bloody Maria, and I think I might like that, which is, I think, a Bloody Mary but with tequila instead of vodka.
Interesting.
Okay, see, now that could be something I try. Mm-hmm. I've never heard of that. Bloody Maria?
I think that's what it's called. But
with tequila.
Yeah, but I love tomato juice. Just like whenever I fly, I get Bloody Mary mix with no alcohol.
Do that?
I order that, and I love just freaking out the people next to me.
You just put it in water
on ice.
Wow.
Okay, whatever.
It's so good.
Why don't you have some V8?
That's if they had it on the plane, I probably would. But all they have is Bloody Mary.
Is that
mix.
What that is? Is it just tomato juice? I forgot what
V8 is 8 vegetables. I think that's or 8. I don't know if the 8 refers. It's just because it's a pun on an engine and it gives you energy, or if it actually is 8 like vegetables or something.
Yeah.
A Caesar sounds like what they gave Doc Brown to wake him up at the end of Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, Caesar's an interesting name for that drink. Yeah.
I don't know why they would call it that.
Yeah.
Is it because it's
Caesar's already got enough stuff.
Yeah.
There's Caesar salad. There's Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Come up with another name there.
Yeah.
There's Caesar's Palace.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
Caesar's got it covered.
He's probably, sitting there in the afterlife going, I did pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I got stabbed in the back, but I got a casino and pizza.
It's a nice hotel.
Yeah.
Stayed there.
Me too.
It's cool because the inside looks like you're outside. When you walk around, it's got like a little sky.
Well, yeah, they have that part there where it's like you're in Italy or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the same episode 208, Jack 8. You need a name, buddy. Mai Tais are an undefeated summer cocktail. Summertime cocktail.
Yeah, Mai Tais, people love them.
I like a Mai Tai. But yeah, it's good. But it's so sweet. Having a lot of them seems...
Yeah, you can't... That's the problem with those drinks. Mm-hmm. Good name, though. Mai Tai.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Brandon Tyler does his thing. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, Brandon. Thank you, buddy.
The real Patrick Gregory 4 says fire up, bro, in all caps.
Thanks, Patrick.
But is that the real Patrick Greg? I don't know.
Yeah.
Mark Macias also comments, classic summer drinks, the Mai Tai, the Mojito, the Pina Colada, also my mom's favorite beverage. Beer-wise, probably an ice-cold Cali Squeeze Blood Orange. Cheers, Joe and Aaron.
Ah, Kelly's Squeeze. Okay, I wonder. It might be a brewery I don't know of, but yeah, those sound like all good choices, and yeah, I should mix in a cocktail at some point. Maybe I'll do that at our Comedy Store summer party coming up in about a month.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
When you're given the option to blend a drink, do you blend or do you ask for it on the rocks, like a margarita or like I don't even know if you can get a pina colada not blended.
Yeah, I don't think you can. If blending's an option, I think current me would get it blended. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was just curious.
What about you? Because I think that would help me to drink it slower.
Yeah, I probably will always go blended. It's shocking to me that someone gets a margarita on the rocks, because isn't that just like a tequila?
Yeah, but I mean, I guess if it was, I think you only do that when the weather calls for it, though. Like, you're not going to really get like a slushy type drink in the winter, I feel like.
That's true. That is true.
We got a comment from a lady fan here. That's fun.
Yeah, that's
Huge.
great to see.
Mocha Bus Pass lady says, dirty martini.
I love it. I love a dirty vodka martini.
I mean, I would love to get into that. I don't know. I just can't. No.
But it feels in the same vein as like.
I just can't drink vodka. Like, I don't know.
But if you get it dirty enough,
gin.
It just tastes like olive juice to me. Like if I get a super dirty vodka martini, it just tastes like I'm drinking like olive brine.
Yeah, I want it real dirty.
Yeah.
More than 3 olives?
As many as you want to give me.
There's got to be a limit.
Sure, 3 or 4. But you know what my dad used to always do is he orders, well, he still does, but he's not supposed to drink. But he, if they have blue cheese stuffed olives, that's what he gets.
Yeah, people.
Mm-hmm. And just anything that's real funky and salty and whatever, you don't really taste the alcohol.
Nice, yeah. Man, who's putting the blue cheese in there?
Some companies sell them that way, or some restaurants.
Do people just put it, do they just squirt it in there?
Well, it's more solid, so I guess they shove it in. I don't know. But he always would get vodka martini or just vodka on the rocks with olives. And then the whole family, we would eat the olives. It's like he would share them with everyone. And now when he orders a martini, we'll all be like, oh, can I try it? But we're all trying to drink it so he drinks less of it, because he's just like on a bunch of medication. He's not supposed to.
Yeah.
So then all of us are getting a buzz because we're like chugging his martini. So by the time it gets back to him, there's hardly any left.
Yeah, take it down for him.
Hopes and Dreams 96 says, Joe, Aaron, what up? Listening to the pod while I mow this lawn in 95-degree weather. Question. He says question, but question. What are y'all's favorite kind of potato chips? I myself like kettle-cooked black pepper. I also had some black truffle-flavored Lay's in South Korea.
Oh,
that were also pretty
nice.
Good. That does sound great.
Mm-hmm. I was always, I like kettle-cooked barbecue. I always tend to go barbecue flavored chips or jalapeno flavored chips. Those were always my big 2 flavors.
Mm-hmm. Salt and vinegar.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's a sleeper hit.
I like a classic Pringle, or I got into
Pringles.
the Zapp's Voodoo.
Zaps are great chips.
I always see the bag, but I've never tried their wares.
Zaps are great chips.
I got those in New Orleans, and then I bought a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And then for our Canadian listeners, Ruffles All Dressed.
I do love a Ruffle.
The heck does that mean?
It's like every spice.
Yeah, it's basically every spice they have in the factory. They just throw it on a chip.
Everything chip.
Yeah, it's barbecue. It's salt and vinegar.
And they call it all dressed.
Yeah,
all dressed.
Another one
I
that's
like that.
really good that I think it's Ruffles.
All dressed.
They make a honey mustard chip that's relatively new, but it's like a thick chip, and it's very good.
I mean, are we talking vinegar, barbecue, cheese?
Yep.
Yeah, I think there's ketchup in there. Yeah, I don't think the
Wow.
sour cream and onion is there. It's kind of tangy. It feels almost like barbecue and like salt and vinegar.
I mean, but are you eating that and you're like, I don't even know what's going on. What am I tasting?
It's great, though.
Joe, I feel like this is more just anti-Canadian sentiment.
No? Why? They only
coming
have
from
it
you.
there?
It is a Canadian thing.
Why don't we have it here then?
I think you can buy it here.
You can. They were selling it in grocery stores. If you get lucky, you can find it.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe not now.
Yeah. Pringles is coming out with some crazy flavors. They did a honey mustard that was kind of underwhelming, unfortunately. But they did a Philly cheesesteak that tastes like a Philly cheesesteak.
Wow.
It's insane.
Yeah, all the other mustard, like Doritos made a mustard one that I didn't really care about, but this Ruffles one, it was remarkable to me because it was a chip where I was like, you know, a chip flavor that's so good you feel like it's always existed, if that makes sense. Where you're like, oh yeah, this should just be a classic chip flavor. Everything about it was very good.
Which one was that?
It was a Ruffles. It's like a Ruffles thick cut honey mustard.
No, okay, hold on a second about you dissed the mustard. I think Doritos did a hot mustard that is great that I loved.
If you like that, try the other one because it's good. It's very good.
You can also never go wrong with a Cool Ranch Dorito.
That's true.
Yeah, those are always great.
I like a salsa verde Dorito.
Yeah.
That's good.
Also on episode 208, that gnarly old goat dude says,
Nice.
This mint slander will not stand. I think we were talking.
Well, there was a lot of mint involved in drinks, and it was getting a little mint heavy in some of the summer cocktails. Like, I didn't need mint putting its paws in everything.
Yeah.
What about a mojito?
Yeah, of course. But then I think it was, I was reading some cocktails that, mint, like with beer and just, there was too much mint going on.
I tried my first mojito last night because the show had it as a sponsor, and it was kind of delightful. I don't like mint in a food or drink, but like it wasn't overpowering, so it was like,
it's very refreshing.
Weirdly refreshing.
Mint, I don't mean to diss mint on its face there. I love mint, but
you don't need it in
it doesn't need to be in so many things. Have a couple nice drinks that you do great. Don't have to put your prints on everything.
Sure.
If you're on a date, though, mint,
it's helpful.
Get a mojito.
Yeah.
Help yourself out.
Little sprig of mint, you can eat that. You know, that garnish is edible.
Yeah, you can eat that.
I love eating.
Yeah,
mint.
I'll eat it.
Yeah.
Also on episode 208, Alex Deschaines, who just emailed, says, "Fire up, bro."
Thanks, Alex.
That's pretty cool.
And then he leaves some NFL nickname recommendations. Beast Mode, Megatron, which is on the bracket.
Yeah.
Big Dick Nick, don't know who that was.
Oh, that was Nick Foles.
Are these
who's like a hardcore Christian, isn't he?
Are these nicknames people are making up for them, or nicknames that people have already given to these sports?
People that have been given, like, they've already been known.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the bus.
He's just pointing out. Yeah, the bus was.
Finished second.
Yeah.
Fridge, isn't there?
Yeah.
Fridge?
He was on there. Yeah.
Okay.
I like that you know these.
CJ2K, Fitzmagic, Flash Gordon, Tuna, Tommy Cutlets, Riverboat Ron, and Pac-Man Jones.
Yeah, those are good nicknames.
And these are all people that you know of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
those are all NFL players, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all NFL nicknames.
Mm-hmm.
We forgot the nickname Michael Vick gave himself when he went to Planned Parenthood and was trying to be anonymous.
What was it?
Ron Mexico
That
is the name he gave.
That's really good. That's really good.
Wow.
He's Michael Vick, the most famous NFL quarterback at the time. And he's at a Planned Parenthood in Florida and calls himself Ron Mexico.
Nice.
Brandon Tyler does his thing. He also adds
Thanks,
a separate timestamp for Joe saying, "I'm open to everything."
Yeah, that's right, Brandon.
That's on the Tammy Tavares episode.
What's the thing
Thanks.
they do that they do their thing and you say thank you?
Oh, he puts timestamps for this sucks, Joe Code, and this is great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
On the Tammy Tavares episode, is it Tavares?
Tavares, yeah.
Sky Guy 2000 says, a lot of foot talk from Joe. Is there something you want to tell the coders, Joe?
Yeah, there is.
And Slippery Wet Wang replies, what are you, a cop? To Sky God.
Wasn't a lot of I talked about picking things up with your feet. I don't have any foot fetish, man, if that's where you're getting at.
And then Slippery Wet Wang also comments, fuck, marry, kill, feet, booty, boobs. Only answer if you're allowed. Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, okay.
So you're marrying feet, right?
I'm not. No, I would not marry feet.
You'd kill feet?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's a pretty basic. Yeah. Pretty fast answer from me.
Yeah.
On the episode 180, Meredith Casey, this guy's way behind, says his name is, now I have to say this, it's his screen name. Scrumcum.
Okay.
Says, wait, you're not Tom Segura?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Joe Marrese.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of clues on the page that should have let him know the answer to that.
No, but I get, sometimes people say, you look like him. I get what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
His screen name is also a reference to things they talk about on Your Mom's House.
Oh, okay.
So he's a big fan.
Yeah. Okay. Alex Deshane says, Tammy calling Joe a little fussy fella is so adorable. Well, that's just...
Not fussy.
Little fussy fella.
Why did she say that?
I don't know.
You were being fussy?
Maybe. I forget what it's in regards to, but maybe I was.
You can be fussy sometimes.
No, fussy's for little kids.
Sometimes you throw a little tantrum.
Yeah, maybe.
Back in episode 208, Cbone 6115 says, few eps behind, but on the subject of beer and cocktails, there's a couple places by me that do them. One's a Bromosa. It's a Miller High Life orange juice and vodka.
Ooh.
Another place sells it by the
Nice.
bucket, only I forget what they call it, but it's Blue Moon, orange juice, and vodka or rum.
Okay.
And he says, for the record, I was just in London. Beer wasn't warm.
Good.
Love you, legends. That's what we hear.
Good comment. I like that. I like all that information there.
Mm-hmm. I don't really know if I want a bucket of beer mixed with vodka. That
Yeah,
just
I don't know
seems-
either. It just
that's-
sounds kind of neat.
Is the juice just in the bucket?
Well, it just
So
makes me
many
think of
questions.
like the drinks that were mixed in trash cans in college.
Yeah.
And things like that.
And then on episode 210, Angie Stroud,
Oh.
Brandon Tyler does his
Yeah,
thing.
Angie
and
was just here.
That's all we've got.
I thought Angie commented. I was like, whoa, pretty cool.
All right. Yeah, Brandon. Thanks a lot,
So
as
we're
always.
we're all caught up.
All right, awesome. Yeah, we're almost at an hour and a half here, so that's
Oh, wow.
we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here, Logan. Thanks a lot for being here. Glad you were able to make it in.
Thanks for having me, Joe.
Yeah, it was fun. Very funny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Your Instagram's been popping off, so let's have people follow you there at Places I Took a Shit this year. You're always producing funny content.
Thank you.
Stand-up clips, all kinds of fun hijinks kind of videos.
Yeah, just messing around.
So keep it up. Yeah, keep having fun out there.
Thank you.
Thank you to Aaron, as always, and thank you to you guys out there. And that'll do it. Logan Guntzelman,
Joe Marrese.
thanks a lot for coming in. All right, everybody. That is it for Joe Code episode 211 with Logan Guntzelman. Thanks a lot, everyone. We'll talk to you next time. This is Joe Code. I'm your host, Joe Marrese.